Trump is fighting to flip Virginia this November, made his pitch today in Hampton Roads. Good evening, and thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Dan Kennedy. The former president took the stage in Chesapeake just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Hours before that, President Biden rallied supporters in the North Carolina Capitol.
And tonight, we are covering the campaigns from all angles. Alex Littlehales spent the day at Trump's Chesapeake rally, while Sarah Hammond caught up with the Virginia Democratic Party after last night's debate. But right now, let's check in with Alex.
And he joins us live from Historic Greenbrier Farms with more. Alex?
Hey, Janet, Dan, yeah, thousands are right now leaving the Trump rally that ended about a half hour ago after former President Donald Trump spoke for about an hour and a half. He came on stage about an hour later than he was officially supposed to. He came about 5 hours after the gates had opened and until about 6, 7, 8 hours after people had actually started lining up here in the heat at Greenbrier Farms. And what we heard in that speech was a theme that was echoed a couple of times throughout the day, this quote, strength versus weakness, that essentially everything that he's done is the best thing that's ever happened for America, but everything that President Biden has done is, quote, the worst. Again, this is paraphrasing a lot of that 1 hour speech that he just had here in Chesapeake. So started with a couple of attacks against President Biden, calling him saying he's looking to destroy America, calling him a corrupt politician, calling the Democratic Party a party of evil. He eventually expanded his attacks, his rhetoric a little bit at the farm. He basically attacked, quote, the fake news media a couple of times. He levied some attacks against Democrats in general across the country. And he spoke a lot on President Biden's policies on inflation, policies on immigration, circling back a lot to the debate we heard last night, a winding speech that went back and forth, again, for about an hour and a half on a lot of different topics. Here's a little bit of sound from earlier in that speech that just wrapped up about a half hour ago.
He's incapable of winning based on his far-left policies of open borders, massive tax increases, the Green New scam. That's a windmill on every corner, most of which don't work. And things like putting men in women's sports, really not a great idea. As every American saw firsthand last night, this election is a choice between strength and weakness, competence and incompetence, peace and prosperity, or war or no war.
Yeah, and so just a logistics update since the rally just ended about a half hour ago. Cars and people are blocked basically from the event. It's a lot of traffic and a lot of congestion right now in this particular area of Chesapeake. So just an alert for people who may be in the area, but we will hear more of Trump's comments throughout the evening. But for now, live in Chesapeake, I'm Alex Littlehales for 13 News Now.
Alex, thanks. In fact, we wanted to hear more from Trump tonight. Our Mike Gooding was scheduled to interview the former president after the rally, but we heard just about 15 minutes ago the Trump team canceled on Mike Gooding after asking us what our questions would be for the former president, telling Mike that there was no more time and that the former president only wanted to talk about last night's debate.